How does PGx Software work? We will walk you through the 2 steps necessary to run the software. Step 1 is offline and involves Excel. This is 90% of the process. Step 2 is online. This takes less than 1 minute. Please create an account through our sign up page, then sign our software agreement. Your account will be approved by signing the agreement. Please send us your SNPs list and your laboratory information. We will then build a workstation specific for your PGx company. A specific workstation for your SNP list will be developed, and in case you have more than one SNP list, more workstations will be required. Your workstation will be functional in 7 to 10 business days. Then you will be receiving all the necessary files to run the software, including 1 to 50 patients language. This is a file that has to be uploaded each time that new patients are uploaded in our system. Files may be saved under different versions, including letters or underscore numbers, such as underscore 0001, underscore 0002, etc. List of generic drugs language. Please do not follow the list on the website. You should use your specific project information list. Genotype permitted. This file shows you all the genotypes that are allowed in your project. Major medication categories, medications description, PGx resources, and reports examples. Upon receipt of these files, try to run the software for yourself. In the meantime, a training meeting will be scheduled in 48 hours. Let us now revisit the Excel step. By clicking to open the file, 1 to 50 patients language, you will see 2 kinds of cells: language specifics or Indo-European languages such as English. You should use Indo-European languages in accession number, report format type, current medications, renal function, smoker, daily or nearly daily alcohol intake, second report in case of ambiguous haplotype data, and genotyping information. In the remaining cells, you can use your selected language. This shows that the essential information is in English and the remaining in Japanese. The next example shows that the essential information is in English and the remaining in Russian. To analyze each gene, PGx Software utilizes a proprietary portal to establish drug associations specific to your client's profile. For each patient, demographic and genotyping information is required. This version of the software allows you to upload up to 50 patients. In order to avoid errors, certain fields must be filled. These include the accession number, genotyping information, the report format type. Most clients request 3 to 30 different formats, renal function, tobacco use, and alcohol intake. You will also be asked to indicate if a second report is desired in case of ambiguous haplotype data. To achieve the most comprehensive and predictive report, it is recommended that you complete the form as thoroughly as possible. Including all medication the patient is currently taking is vital. Here we have 3 patients. Patient 1 shows 2 drug identifiers, D0392 and D0523, since this patient is on propranolol and warfarin. Patient 2 exhibits the drug identifier D0457 because this patient is on tamoxifen. Our third patient shows 4 drug identifiers, D0121, D0130, D0133, and D0158, as this patient is on a regime of desipramine, diazepam, digoxin, and enalapril. Although certain information is not required, the induction of 3 items will enable us to create a more accurate report for your patient. These items are medications that have been problematic, drug allergies, and a brief medical history. For example, patient 2 is allergic to drugs in the sulfur group. The next image shows 4 cells necessary to avoid triggering an error in the program. The first is renal function. In most cases, you will enter a 1. In cases of diminished function, decimals can be used, such as 0.8 for 80% of function, 0.6 for 60% of function, and so on. The second is the patient's tobacco use status. For a non-smoker, enter 1. If the patient is a smoker, enter 2. The third is alcohol intake. Enter 1 if the patient is a male consuming less than 21 alcohol units per week, with no more than 4 units in a given day, or a female consuming less than 14 alcohol units per week, with no more than 3 units in a given day. This category also indicates a patient having at least 2 alcohol-free days per week. Enter a 2 for all cases where consumption is higher than the definitions of designation 1. Finally, we highly recommend you to indicate if you require a second report be generated in cases of ambiguous haplotype data. We recommend that you enter 1 here to indicate you do want a second report generated. If you do not, enter 2. Please keep in mind if you do not request a second report, only the small activity for NAT2 and CYP2D6 will be reported. As noted earlier, we do require that you include the demographic and genotyping information for every patient. Genotyping results produced by your laboratory is unique for each patient, but it is not required that you upload the information in any specific order. Most genotypes do not require any unique orientation format. The exceptions are triallelic SNPs and A to T and C to G SNPs. All fields on the file are saved under the format cell General, which is the default format in Excel. However, in some occasions you're going to use text format. Text could be used for dates and genotypes. Depending on your language, sometimes you have to save using text format instead of general format. This may include date of birth, collection date, received date, and report generated date. You should use your specific file for major medication categories and current medications as provided. For example, major medication categories F01 will display first pain medicine, whereas F07 will first display cardiovascular drugs. Most genotypes are saved as general format except when the genotype starts with a minus. To avoid forming a formula in Excel, you have to start with an apostrophe or use text format. Following the completion of the Excel step, we'll proceed to step 2 of uploading the file. Log into our website, click on Upload, enter your key code. Upload your file, 1 to 50 patients language. For your records, we'll provide a specific name for your file. This name will be based on year, month, day, hour and minute of the Gregorian calendar. At the current time only, Gregorian calendar is available. However, any other calendar may be instaurated upon request. Then, select the number of patients that you are requesting. You can choose from 1 to 50. After that, you should select any of the 3 formats of the final project. You can take a small tour of each report before accepting a format. If your company desires larger sets of numbers of patients, please request them. Then click Save. Once again, please write down the name of the file for your records. As stated earlier, the entire online process takes about 1 minute, following which PGx Software will take 1 to 2 hours to produce your final report. Finally, you can download all the reports together or each individually. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. Thank you for paying attention to this presentation.